Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I guess the real question is, who has already voted? That's good. That's really, really good. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Derrick Andrerson. There's an election in 5 days, and I'm asking you for your vote. I appreciate all y'all coming out here today. I know it's tough on a, what's that, Wednesday afternoon? Thank you, there you go. Man, 5 days to go. But we're out here, folks. I appreciate y'all being out here. You know, if you haven't early voted, folks, this is why we're out here today, is make sure we get everyone out here to early vote. Right? It's so important. We've got 5 days. We've got an election to win. And we have from now until Saturday that folks can go early vote. Look, folks, right now we're seeing across the country is the cost of living here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Every family's paying $1,100 more a month just to live. Just to live. How many in here have $1,100 they can just go throw away right now? Exactly. Right? A quarter of Virginians right now are delinquent on their credit card bills, folks. Why? Because they're paying for gas and groceries on their credit cards when they otherwise would be paying for TVs and big, large ticket items, and they can't pay it off because of the interest rates. A third of Virginians, 35% of Virginians right now, folks, are living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they can't afford to live. They can't buy gas. They can't buy groceries. The number one thing that we can do to get our economy back on track is make the United States energy independent again, folks. We talk about what's going on across our country and across the world right now, folks. We talk about right now the southern border is as open as it's ever been, with millions upon millions of people coming in illegally. Look, here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, here in the 7th Congressional District, just up the road from here, we saw 2 illegal immigrants of Jordanian descent posing as Amazon drivers attempt to breach the front gate of Marine Corps Base Quantico, folks. Wow. Yep. Think about that. That's here. You remember a few months ago, Governor Youngkin went on TV and he said something along the lines of every state is a border state, right? Every state is a border state. Well, a media outlet went after him over it. When they went after him over it just a few weeks later, we saw what happened at Quantico. Those 2 individuals have been released on jail, folks, and we don't know anything about them. We talk about the border crisis. We talk about the economy. Your vote is going to matter on November 5th. Your vote is absolutely going to matter. So I'm asking y'all for 3 things. 1, I need you to get out and vote if you haven't already voted. 2, once you vote and or when you go vote on November 5th, I need you to grab 10 people. Now you can text them, you can email them, you can buy a pigeon and put a note on the leg of it. I don't care. Bring 10 people out to the polling locations, folks, because voter turnout is what's going to make this race. It's going to make the race up and down the ticket. We have a true opportunity, and I'll introduce our guest here, and he can introduce all of our friends that decided to show up here in the 7th Congressional District. But we have an opportunity to flip the 7th Congressional District, to get our country back on track, build our majority in the House of Representatives, folks. Look, I'm a kid from Spotsylvania County who's lived the American dream. I had the opportunity, I'm the first person in my family to go to college. I grew up just down the street in Spotsylvania working at my mom's restaurants. I joined the Army, I was a Green Beret, I did 6 deployments overseas, including Iraq and Afghanistan, before getting a law degree and clerking for 2 federal judges. Folks, I never thought that I'd be in this position that I'm in today. But I have the opportunity to not only be the next congressman here in Virginia's 7th Congressional District, but I have the opportunity to represent the people that raised me. So I want to thank you all for being out here this afternoon. I want to thank Scott Rathlow for hosting this. And without further ado, I want to introduce the House Majority Leader, Steve Scalise.
Well, thank all of you for what you've been doing to support Derrick. We've been out to different parts of this district with Derrick a few times now because this race is so important. It's really one of the top 5 closest races in the country. You know, you're wondering why we brought the cavalry. When you got a Green Beret, you bring the cavalry. He knows what to do with the cavalry. And I'm going to introduce some in a minute, but I just want to first thank you because this has been a tough race. I mean, a lot of outside money's being spent. They've got their outside candidate that they went and found. Who knows why the guy's still running, but he won't answer any questions. This is, you know, something we've been talking about for a while. You know, he's in hiding. Go find Vinden. You can't. You know, we put him on a milk carton. You might have a better shot at finding the guy, but you find Derrick everywhere. He is out working he's out spreading his message. But when you think about what's at stake for the country, you know, we've got a 4-seat majority in Congress, 4-seat majority. And so, you know, they're trying to flip the House Democrat. They're trying to, you know, keep all these people that want open borders, that want high inflation, that want to change America. They're running the White House right now. And I think when we get to the next 5 days, I think Donald Trump's going to be our president. We're going to fire Kamala Harris. Kamala wants more allies of hers like Vindeman so that they can try to just turn this country around into something you will not recognize. They've already had 3.5 years where at least we had a House Republican majority to stop the really bad stuff. But they've still been doing a lot of administrative stuff that's causing inflation, that's causing the open border, that's causing all the problems you see. They will do that on steroids if they're able to take the House back. And we cannot let that happen, especially when you've got a great candidate like Derrick Andrerson.
Yeah.
Derrick is the kind of guy you want representing you. You know, look, we're here at a place where they actually make things. I mean, you smell it, you feel it, it feels good to be at a You know, America used to be the place where all the great things were manufactured. And over time, they ran a lot of those jobs out of the country through high tax rates, through crazy regulations, through all these other things that the left does. And you listen to Kamala and Vindeman, what they say is they want to get rid of the Trump tax cuts. They want those rates to go higher again, which means they want these manufacturing jobs to leave the country again. Like, that's what's at stake, and that's what's on the ballot, which is why it's so important. And it was so exciting to see so many people raise their hand when Derrick asked if he voted already. But there's still a few that haven't voted. It's literally right down the street. But like you said, bring your friends with you. Text your friends, whatever you have to do. You all have friends you know that not just haven't voted, but they might not even vote in the election on election day. Like, you're voting no matter what. One way or another, you're going to vote today, you're going to vote election day. Bank your vote today so you can actually be out waving signs on election day for Derrick. You can spend the whole day just helping get other people out to vote. But you have friends that may or may not vote just because there's about 40% of the population, even in a presidential, that won't vote. Now, if they show up and vote, they'll vote for Derrick. But they may not show up and vote. We've got to get them out. And you know who they are. You got all of you have friends that are like that. That will make the difference in a race. This race is dead even. And like I said, we brought the cavalry because our House majority depends on it. We need Derrick on our team. And let me talk about the team that's here right now. So you got your state rep, right? Your delegate right here. So we got, he's a candidate for Congress. He's not even in Congress yet, from the great state of Kansas, but his first name is Derrick Schmidt. We need a few more Derricks in Congress. From the great state of Alabama, we got Dale Strong. Mark Alford from Missouri. Mike Collins from Georgia. Jason Smith from Missouri and the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. And Brad Finstad from Minnesota. And you see from all around the country, everybody's watching this race. You know, y'all have been seeing the TV commercials and going, my God, does anybody even know what's going on here in Virginia? We're watching. Everybody's watching from all around the country what's happening here. And it could literally change the fate of who's in the majority in the House of Representatives. You don't want the Nancy Pelosi's and the Hakeem Jeffries being the ones that are in charge of the House. And you got a great one, like I said. You got the beauty queens are here. We got everybody. We've even got a lot of young people here. Our students are here. Loves Jesus and America. Republican rally so you can say Jesus is Lord, by the way. You're at the right rally for that too. Thank you for coming. But look, we're doing this for the next generation. We're doing this to keep what's great about America, to stop them from destroying the country, but to create the opportunity of what the American dream represents. It's all on the ballot. All of what you believe in and what you're fighting for is on the ballot in just 5 days. Never been more critical. So I want to first thank you for what you're doing. You might even be a state, a purple state that can deliver for Donald Trump at the state level, but you absolutely can flip this seat and deliver Derrick Andrerson to a Republican House majority so we can go save this great country. So thank you for what you're
doing. All right, now you got to go vote. Thank y'all so much.